everybody, it's Paige, and today's video is going to be my March TBR. So I'm going to be going through every single book that I hope to read during the month of March. This is a very ambitious TBR. I tend to go a little bit over the top with my TBRs, and then I very much so do not meet my expectations with them. So we'll see how well I stuck to this at the end of the month. At the end of each month, I do a wrap-up where I talk about all the books that I did read during the month. And then at the beginning of the month, I talk about all the books that I hope or plan to read during the month. So if you guys missed my February wrap-up, what I read in February video, I will link that down below in the description box. I actually haven't filmed that video yet, so you know, it's gonna be a little bit of a time confusion thing, but that video will be posted first, even though I'm filming this one first. So anyway, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm filming this video on February 27th, so I still have today and tomorrow as far as reading goes for February, and I'm currently reading the fine print, which I will definitely be finishing before the end of the month, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get to anything else, at least not finish anything else before the end of the month. So yeah, this is basically, that's what I'm planning for, and then I have my list of books that I hope to read during March. So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. I have, I think, like 12 books or something like that. Here's just a few of them, so let's get into it. Okay guys, sorry if the frame changed, but my camera battery died, and I also had to retrieve this, which is going to be the first book on my March TBR. And I'm so excited to show you guys what I ordered. So the first book on my March TBR is Terms and Conditions by Lauren Asher. I am so excited about this book. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful. This is the second book in the Dreamland Billionaire series. So this is the second book to the book that I'm currently reading, The Fine Print. The Fine Print is amazing so far. I'm almost done with it, and I cannot wait to read this book. I believe there's going to be 3 books in the series. This one just came out on February 24th, and I have it, and I'm so excited. I ordered it off of Amazon. This book is about Declan and Iris. So if you guys read The Fine Print, then you know. But I don't want to read too much information on this book so that I don't give away any spoilers. But yeah, this is my first book on my TBR, and I'm so excited to read this. This will be the first book that I read in March. I'll probably start this in February. As soon as I finish The Fine Print, I'm sure I'm going to start this, which will probably be tomorrow. But I don't think I can read this whole book in one day. It's pretty long. It's like 583 pages, and I think I just saw something. What was that? Oh, never mind. Never mind, I'm just seeing things. So anyway, Terms and Conditions. If you guys haven't read The Fine Print, order it and read it because it is so good. I can't wait to order some other books from Lauren Asher. I plan on picking up the Dirty Air series soon. By the way, I will have my Goodreads linked down below, as well as my Amazon storefront with links to all of these books, and my book playlist, my YouTube book playlist, so all the videos that are book related on my YouTube channel. So check the description box for more info on all of that. Add me as a friend on Goodreads, and let's continue. The next book that I have on my TBR is actually not just a regular romance book. I believe this is considered fantasy. This is called Crave by Tracy Wolff. I'm so excited about this. I'm pretty sure this is about vampires, and it's, I think, a YA series, so probably nothing too spicy, nothing too complicated, but you never know. I honestly don't know what this book is about. I don't know the plot or anything. I just have heard that this gives people Vampire Diaries vibes, which I love Vampire Diaries. I'm only on season 5 though, so I haven't finished the show, but yeah, I'm excited to read this. And I saw this was in my friend Kristen's TBR. She sent me a picture of her March TBR, and I was like, I have that book and I want to read it. So hopefully I can read this book this month. This is a big book. Like, it's long. This is like 570 something pages, which would probably be the longest book I've ever read. So we'll see how this goes. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. I think this series has like 5 or 6 books in it, and I think only 4 of them have been published so far. So hopefully I have, you know, enough time to read the 4 existing books before the new ones come out, or like as the new ones come out. So I'm excited for that. I haven't read anything by Tracy Wolff before, and the cover is so beautiful. All of the covers in this series are just absolutely stunning. I guess I'll read the back of this book. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. So it says, have you ever, my voice breaks and I take a deep breath, then try again. Have you ever wanted something so much that you were afraid to take it? He nods. Yes. Like it's right there, waiting for you to just reach out and grab it, but you're so terrified of what will happen when you lose it that you never make the reach. Yes, he says again, his voice burrowing inside me. I tilt my head up until our eyes meet and I whisper, what did you do? For long seconds, he doesn't say anything. He just stares back at me with a look as scarred and broken as the rest of him and says, I decided to take it anyway. Then he leans down and presses his lips to mine. Oh my gosh. I feel like that does not give you any sense of what the plot is, but sounds intriguing to me. So that's book number 2 on my March TBR. The next book on my TBR is The Love Hypothesis. I feel like it's crazy that I haven't read this book yet. This was like the most talked about book on TikTok for a while last year, and it's finally time that I get around to reading it. I'm actually reading this with a few people from my Twitch chat. We kind of got together and we have like a little book club type thing. It's only a couple of us, but we chose this book for this like month kind of thing. I have until March 6th to read this, so I need to read this as soon as I finish terms and conditions because I am always late when it comes to this little book club thing, and yeah, I can't be late this month. So I have to read this. I'm really excited. I have heard amazing things about this book. Like, I don't think I've heard a single negative thing about this book. I'm really excited. I think the cover is really cute, and Allie Hazelwood is actually coming out with a new book. I forget what it's called, but again, the cover looks super cute, and I expect that book to do really well whenever it releases. So The Love Hypothesis, I can't wait. Next, I have a book from Colleen Hoover, by Colleen Hoover. We got Heartbones. This book is one that I'm very excited to read. I'm pretty sure this is YA, and the cover is so beautiful. I have heard great things about this book as well. I will go ahead and read the back of this one to you. It says, Bea comes from a life of poverty and neglect, Samson from a family of wealth. So you know what, that's all I'm going to give you, because you know, you can just read it and find out what it's about. But I guess it's about, you know, Bea and Samson and their relationship coming from 2 completely different lifestyles. So yeah, I'm excited to read this. I have heard that it is absolutely beautiful, and it seems like a pretty short book. It's like a little over 300 pages, 320 pages. So I love Colleen Hoover. She's my favorite author, and I expect it to be fantastic. Next, we have my very first Sophie Lark book. This is a monster book. It feels so heavy. I guess like size-wise it doesn't look very large, but this is so heavy, and this is called The Heir. She has a series, and I forget what it's called, the Kingmaker series, I think, and I think there's like 5 books. She just released some alternative covers, or like alternate covers. These ones are more like subtle. And I think she said they were inspired by tattoos, which I totally get the vibe. I ordered the first 3 books. So I ordered The Heir, The Rebel, and The Bully, and they all have this type of vibe. The original covers are really cool as well. They have like a neon light text, and they're really cool. I was trying to say cute and cool, but I just love the white and the aesthetic of these, so I decided to pick up the alternate covers. I think the first 3 books are out in this cover, and then the next 2 come out in March. So I'm excited to read this. My friend Kristen read this book. I'll have her channel link down below. And she absolutely loved it. I totally bought this because of her. I think this is like a mafia type book, and it's like about a bunch of kids that go to a school for mafia children or something like that. I don't think it's children. I think they're like in high school or college. So they're like adults, but I guess they're like kids of some big mafia people. I don't really know. That's the vibe that I kind of got from what I've heard about it, but I'm so excited to read this. This is like a 500-page book, but I can't wait. So I already bought the first 3 books in the series, so it better be good. I'm sure it will be. So that's next. Then I have The Good Girl Complex by Elle Kennedy. I am so excited about this book. It recently came out and I recently picked it up, and it's about this girl who has an internet business, and I guess she's like, I think comes from maybe like a rich family or like a wealthy family, and she lives in this town. And then there's this guy who despises like trust fund kids, and I think there's some sort of romance between them possibly, so we'll see. But I love Elle Kennedy's writing. I finished the Off-Campus series and it was fantastic, and I'm excited to read more from her. So that's on my list, and that's definitely a priority read for me. Another priority read is another book that I can't believe I haven't read yet. This is Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This will be my first Christina Lauren book that I've read. I haven't read any yet, and I have a few of them, but I want this one to be my first. This again is one that I have literally never seen a negative review. I think the most negative thing I've ever seen was one person, and they gave it 4 stars. So other than that, this is like 5 stars everywhere. I heard this is very emotional. I'm sure I'm gonna cry, and we'll see how it goes. It says the story of the heart can never be unwritten. I don't really know what this book is about, but I kind of want to keep it that way so that I have like, you know, a blank slate going into this book. Sometimes I like to know like the gist of the book, sometimes I don't, and since this was like so shockingly highly rated, I feel like I kind of want to go in blind, so we'll see about that. Next, we have another new author for me, and this is Anna Huang. This is Twisted Love. This is the first book in the Twisted series. I ordered Twisted Love, Twisted Games, and Twisted Hate. So I have the first 3 books. I think there's going to be one more book potentially. I'm not really too sure, but I have heard amazing things about this author and about this series. I'm very excited. This cover is absolutely beautiful, and I can't wait to read it. It says, he has a heart of ice, but for her, he'd burn the world. How fun is that? I'm pretty sure this is like bodyguard romance or something like that, but we will see. I could be wrong. Then I have a book called Then She Was Gone, and this is like a suspenseful like murder mystery, I'm pretty sure. Maybe not murder mystery, but it's like a suspenseful thriller, and it's basically about this lady who has a daughter who goes missing, and then I think a few years later she meets this guy. 10 years later she meets this guy, and he has daughters, and I think one of the daughters is like the spitting image of her daughter who went missing 10 years ago. So yeah, I don't really know, like I'm sure there's gonna be some sort of plot twist in here. I'm excited to read something more like suspenseful because I read one in January, but not in February, and I kind of want to bring that back. So I'm going to read Then She Was Gone, hopefully, and that's by Lisa Jewell. Then we have a couple of rollover books, and when I say rollover books, these were books that were in my February TBR that I did not get to, but I want to try to get to this month. So first is Addicted to You by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I've heard amazing things about this series. It's actually, there's 2 series, the Addicted series and the Calloway Sister series. They're 2 separate series, but they like intertwine, so the recommended reading order is like kind of all over the place. Like there's a couple of these, a Calloway Sisters book, another one of these, a couple Calloway Sisters books. Definitely look up the reading order online if you're interested, but I've heard like this is everyone's like favorite series like ever. So I have extremely high expectations for this book, but hopefully it's good, and hopefully I can get to it this month because I've been dying to start that series. I feel like once I start it though, I'm gonna have to like go through all of them because from what it sounds like, this is a very addicting series. So we'll see how that goes. Next, I have Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. This is like a holiday book. It's pretty short. I still want to read it though, even though it's March, or it's gonna be March. It'll be March when you see this video, but I still want to read this because I love Tessa Bailey. I love her so much. I actually read an arc for one of her upcoming books, and oh my gosh, you guys, it is so good. It's so freaking good. So I want to read this month. It's pretty short, so I think I can get through it pretty quickly. And finally, we have Reminders of Him by Colleen Hoover. This is her most recent release. She's actually coming out with a new book in October though, called It Starts With Us, and I'm so freaking excited for that book. I did a whole video talking about what we know, what I would like to see, and just my thoughts in general. So if you guys have read It Ends With Us, you should go watch that video and let me know what you're excited for, or what you're hoping for in her new novel, It Starts With Us. That would be super awesome. But yeah, this one I heard is absolutely fantastic, and I would expect nothing less because Colleen Hoover is the queen. I also heard this is very emotional and like heartbreaking, so there's that. So those are my 12 books that I hope to read during the month of March. I have never read 12 books in a month before, but you never know. This could be the first. I'm pretty sure though Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey comes out in March, so I will definitely be buying that and reading that like as soon as it gets in my hands, because I loved It Happened One Summer so much, and Tessa Bailey is probably my second favorite author. I love her so much. Colleen is just like, I've just read so many more Colleen Hoover books, so I love her books so much. She's an automatic purchase for me. And Tessa Bailey, I've actually only read 2 of her books, but I love them so much, and she's hilarious. I follow her on TikTok and Instagram, and she is so funny. I love her like as a person, but also I love her writing. So I'm excited to read more Tessa Bailey. I actually picked up a few more books by her from Books A Million the other day. I'll do a book haul sometime. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna be moving in March, so if you guys haven't seen that video yet announcing that I'm moving, I am moving at the beginning of March. So I'm definitely gonna have a little bit of limited time when it comes to reading, but we're still gonna make it happen. Let me know what books you guys plan on reading this month, and like I said, all of these will be linked down below in case you guys want to order them and read them with me, and then we will talk about them at the end of the month and see what I actually read. Which hopefully I get through quite a few of these at least. I'm not going to be upset if I don't get to all of them. I actually don't think I will get to all of these books, but I can be optimistic, you know? So anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you did, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!